Hello everybody, my name is Katie Dids and welcome to my single player survival series. Today's episode, we are working on something extremely needed because if you will look here into my coffers, you will see that it is incredibly empty. So today, we are going to be working on an iron farm. Yeah, you heard me, iron farm. Now listen, I know I said this area is, well, I might have said, I can't remember if I said, but I thought, there we go, I thought that this would not hold any real farms, that it would just be these sort of farms. But I decided that if I'm gonna make this sort of this farming zone, that it would be kind of perfect to put all of my farms in here. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But before we get started on the iron farm, you'll notice that this place is kind of looking a little empty. It's, well, there's not much. Oh, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. It's a little bland. I have the world's saddest tree farm, a little stable, a hut, a bone meal farm, and some wheat and cows and a few sheep, and that's it. That's all I have. So I thought it might be a cool idea to put a little house up there to fill the space out a little bit more. Now, I want to say before I do that, I lied in my last episode. I completely lied. I said that this was going to be a place where people could come and throw their horses and we'd have a little, like market area around here, and this would be just like the stable for passerbys, lore-wise. But I thought it would be a better idea to have this be like the kingdom stables. This is where people board their horses. This isn't the royal stables, but it's where your everyday citizen comes and puts their horse if they don't live on a farm. Not everybody lives on farms. Some people have little like houses, townhouses closer to communal areas. Gosh, I don't even know how to say that. Point is, this is the kingdom stables, and this is all someday going to be farmland. I'm gonna put a main little central area where people live over here, including a shopping center. The kingdom will be over here. I've kind of changed it up a little bit more that this over here is going to be the main part of this kingdom that we're building. I'm even gonna put my house, I think, somewhere on that hill. I'd like to put it on that hill. I really like that hill. That way I can see both areas from my house, and it kind of is the main viewing point between this big, massive area here. And I'm doing this because this is a seaside kingdom, and there is an ocean over there. Hold on, just to prove that there is an ocean, I'm gonna go show you. 1 second. See? Ocean. But that's enough yapping for now. It's now time to start some terraforming, because this is where I'm putting the house, and no house is gonna fit right here. So, let's go. Okay, so now we have a little platform. Now it's not a very big space, but we don't need a lot of space, if I'm honest. This isn't going to be a very big house, just a little tiny house just to fill out the area. And as for the terraforming, I tried my best. It's not great. It will be, I just wanted to have the house there, and then I'm gonna kind of blend it in better to the hillside. So just trust the process, okay? It's terraforming is not the point of this episode. It just isn't. It just is not the point. So you're just gonna have to trust me here, okay? You're just gonna have to trust me. But with that said, and if our little friend would just please, for the love of God, move. Let's you know what? Actually, I was gonna say let's get building, but I think I'm gonna try a little transition because, well, why not? I tried it once; it didn't go well. Let's do it again. So hopefully, if I just kind of do this, house should appear. Now, I know it seems kind of nothing burgery, but I promise that is the point because we are going to be putting the iron farm in here. Well, kinda. I left it empty because I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I know the iron farm's going underneath, but decoration-wise, listen, it wasn't important. Nothing's going in here besides an iron farm. So just we don't do interiors in this world. Okay, well, we do, but just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now, I think that this, well, yes, there's like no texturing, very little depth, and sort of kind of some decoration. It's not a bad house. It's just sort of something to fill out this hillside and also just sort of put just for putting an iron farm in, really. And the whole point is I like to, okay, with my builds and like with my worlds, I like to kind of create a painting. And so what's in the background's not going to have much going on. The foreground, however, will have more going on because that's what your eye is immediately drawn to, not so much what's going on in the background. So something sort of basic and boring like this works really well because it just sort of fades into the background of the image and gives more space for what's in the foreground. And that's sort of my point. That's what I'm... Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, enough yapping. I have a tendency to do that. We all know that. But let's get started on this iron farm because you only have so long in a video, and the iron farm's the point. This is what we're doing today. The iron farm, not this iron farm. So first and foremost, with an iron farm, you need villagers, and there is a little secret I've been keeping. And there is a little secret I've been keeping from you guys, which is the fact that there's a village over there. My very first episode, I said, you know, it looks like there might be a village over there. And there is. There very much so is. And I just haven't shown it in a video yet. So we're gonna get some boats, head over there, and grab some villagers. Okay, guys, I was gonna do a quick transition. Just like, oh, let's go get some boats, and then now we're in the village, right? But I have to interject with, I spent so long looking for one of these guys, and I'm walking along here, and there's just one, just in the middle of this field. And you know, I have a bone on me, so you know, let's just see if it's meant to be. Come here, come here. Come here. Is it meant to be? Is it meant to be? It is not meant to be. It is not meant to... Well, I kind of feel like it's meant to be. I kind of want to go get my other bones. Okay, I know I knew I had bones. Hello. Come here. Nope. Come here. I don't have a name, so just... come with me. Follow me. Okay, so now we're at the village. And, I mean, like I said, my house is literally right over there. I think I stood maybe here in my very first episode, and I looked up at this, and I was like, oh, it looks like maybe there's a village. But I really like it, and does that look like a village? That could possibly be a village. There was. But because there's a lot of snow here, I'm just gonna sit this guy down real quick. And we're gonna go get some villagers. I think I hid some in here. Nope. One of these houses I hid some. I came over and I was like, oh, let me just make sure that if they aren't all despawned, I'm gonna throw a tizzy real quick. So they were all murdered. That's great. That's wonderful. They were... Oh no. Well, I guess it's a really good thing that there's another village. Okay, so for context, my house, you can sort of see it, is right over there. The now abandoned village because everyone died is right there. And if you just head over here, you can see it poking through the trees. Hello? Okay. See, see it poking through the trees. Village. I'm holding my breath. Oh my god, people. Hi, you're not dead. You're alive. This is where I trapped. This is where I trapped some. Hi, buddy. I think how this is gonna work. And then one of you are gonna get into this boat. In the boat. No, not the cow. Okay. Oh, well, okay. No, so that kind of worked as intended. So can we just... Oh, okay. So, So, hi, now I'm stuck. Okay, there's another one. Haha. Okay. Sorry, cow. Okay, well, you're gonna be a little mad with me. Mad at me. That's okay. I don't care if you're mad at me right now. We're just gonna... And we're gonna... Okay. We are setting off on a journey. Me and my friend. And a journey we did go on. We traveled through a spruce forest, through oak, and even birch. And then lastly, we traveled through the plains. And now I recognize now that I could have used leads, and I realized this after I had filmed. But what I did between this clip and the one you're about to see is I muted my microphone. So this entire thing was recorded without audio. I was so annoyed trying to get these villagers that I muted my mic, and then I stopped recording, and then when I went to record again, I forgot to unmute my mic. So there's no audio. All I am trying to tell you is that I'm decided to breed these villagers because getting them up there was a pain, and breeding them's a lot easier. And yes, I do know that bread is actually what you should be using to breed them because there's like a point system. I know that now. I didn't at the time. And also, I need more beds. I figured that out. But yeah, there's no audio. I just am saying I'm breeding them. I apologize for my own stupidity. It was born out of annoyance. And then this clip is just a transition. I'm just telling you that I need to dig out a space for the farm to go into, which is pretty much what is exactly what I'm doing now. Now that I've dug out a hole for the iron farm to go into, it's time to build a farm. But first, as you can see, my pockets are a little empty. I have some stuff in here, but for the most part, well, we need to get materials. So, let's go do that. Okie dokie, so now that we have all of our materials, it's actually time to start building the farm. Don't laugh, okay? I know it's a little ugly, but this is our iron farm. Well, kinda. The villagers we still need to put the villagers in. There's nothing in here. And there's a big hole here for a reason. Okay, I'm not gonna leave it like that. But first, I wanted to kind of just show you what I did. This farm is partly inspired by one that I found on YouTube that I've been using for a while because I like the way it works. Um, and then also partly inspired by just my knowledge of iron farms from watching YouTube for so many years. But this one is I apologize if I mispronounce it, but I think it's Lazian Farms. I will tag them in the description of this video. They have so many different really cool um, tutorials for farms, and so I highly suggest you go check it out. And I think they just did a new iron farm, which is really cool. But yeah, so down here we have our little chambers. Same on this side. I only did 2. You can do all 4 corners, but I figured it's literally just me in this world, so I don't need that much iron. I just need a bit. Then down here, okay, if I just want, yeah, I have my little collection chamber, which eventually I would actually like for it to go all the way down here. And then down here is our stables. So it's just a nice little secret iron farm that you then can come over here, and someday I'd like to have like chests. See, I have barrels here, but chests here that are just the iron farm that they kind of flow into. But I think that's something that I'm gonna have to do off camera because that goes into like not redstone, but like redstone-esque stuff that I just don't understand, and it just is not something that needs to be a video. Because I fear I would just absolutely lose my noodle. Which maybe of course it will, some of it will get into a video, simply because, well, I have to imagine it's probably going to be funny. But what I've also added into this is a couple little maintenance hatches, just so that if any malfunctions happen, I can easily come in and fix the problem. I have also done that over here in the little villager zombie area, so that way if one of the villagers despawns or whatever, I can easily fix that and get them back. Except for I can't actually get up here, I'm noticing right now as I'm doing this, so I'm actually just going to do this because then that still stops the problem. And then over here, same with the zombie, if it despawns, I can just easily step right in and fix the issue. So, with the creation of our iron farm, it's now time to do something very important, and that's get the villagers. I almost keep falling in that. I've got them in boats. Now, yes, there is only 5, but that's because I don't know if you saw earlier. There's one over there. It escaped. It went straight for the barrel, and now it's just been living there. So, we're gonna go do that, and I have to imagine I'm not looking forward to this. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm just not. I hate villagers with like everything in me. Like, I get it, they're cool guys, but like, they're so hard to move. And so I'm just anticipating this being a pain. Same with the zombie, because we're doing that after getting the zombie. And a pain it was. In total, this took me 35 minutes to do, just over half an hour. I was getting so annoyed. Like you can see, they kept getting stuck, which really was annoying me. But also, I kept whacking them when I tried to get them out of the boat, and then they kept running around and freaking out and then escaping, and it was a whole ordeal, which is why you're only seeing this whole, me transferring these 3 villagers, because it was just a whole process, and this one was the most smooth. The first one was a whole mess, but I managed to do this one pretty quickly, so yeah. Now that we have our villagers in here, our next task is to get the zombies. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm worried about that because I'm historically not good at that. But before we do that, we have to name them because they will despawn. So Now, I'm going to be very original here. And I already know what I'm going to name them. The most original I've ever been, actually, is what I'm going to be right here. I'm naming them Thing 1 and Thing 2. I know. So original of me. I'm the best at coming up with names. Nobody has ever thought of this before me. I I am the most original person there has ever been, ever. In case you didn't get the joke, obviously that's not very original at all. But you know, it's classic, okay? It's classic. Now I have these little zombie holes here. I'm gonna lead them down. And I have to do this on the other side too, and I'm just gonna sneak past here, and I'm gonna let them get into the thing. I'm gonna name them, and I'm gonna sneak out. I might die in the process. Ooh, is this a thunderstorm? Because we might actually be in luck. Oh, we are. I just saw a creeper spawn. Okay, we are in luck. So, okay, so, I guess it's zombie time. Okay, so now that we have both of the zombies in, oh my gosh, there's a zombie there. Hello, hello. Just don't mind me. Ah, why is my smoky not working? Die. 1 minute, please. Okay, this isn't very nice. Oh, gave me a carrot. Okay, now that. How are you? I thought they don't spawn on. Okay, the only logical thing I can think of is that there is somehow... Ha, there was one. Oh my god, there was one. I knew you can't spawn. It spawned right there. 1 block. Please tell me there's not another one on this side. Make sure that there's not any. Because theoretically... this should not have spawned. This should not have... it should... It should spawn them here. Because, right, they can't... I don't think they can spawn on a slab, right? Let me just... Aha! Yes! It's working! It's working! Wait, it's working. Hold on. Oh my god, why can't I get down here? Okay, so as I was saying, now that we have all of our guys, this should be working. And it is! It is working! Look how much iron we have already. This solves my oh my gosh, my problems are solved. That's so exciting. It works! Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Now we also have this maintenance hatch here. Well, we don't have a maintenance hatch. This is how we're getting our iron. But I'm thinking that we will work on this section in the next episode, because next episode will be a sort of a bits and bobs sort of episode where I just kind of tackle all of the maintenance stuff that needs to happen around this world. But before we go for today, there's one last thing that I have to do, and that is name these guys. Last episode, I asked for some suggestions, and Well, two of you responded, and two of you had really, really, really good name suggestions. And so we're gonna name these guys. Okay, so I now have the two name tags with the names in my hotbar. And now I know last time I had said, oh, I want something fast for the super slow horse. But because they're kind of equally slow, and because these suggestions were so good, I've changed my mind, and they're just both gonna have kind of slower names, simply because they are very similar coat patterns, so I figured they're like twins with super slow names, and yeah, I just thought that these are amazing. I'm gonna put the comments up on the screen right now. And so, you will forever be Molasses, and you will be Snail. Once again, thank you so much to the 2 subscribers who suggested these names. I think you guys are so clever, and I always appreciate audience suggestions, which is why I'm actually going to leave the name of this dog that we got today up to you guys. So leave your suggestions below, and I might just pick one. And so with that, that is all the time we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please think about giving this video a like and maybe even subscribing. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!